Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Thursday, the 20th day of January, 2022. It is Thursday of the second week in Ordinary Time, the second week of the year. Coming to you again from the Columbarium this morning, again, where it is not, does not seem in any way, shape, or form that it's going to snow, and it probably will not, although terror has gripped Carolina once again with threats of snow. So it is 46 degrees today. It'll get cold tonight, but predictions and everything else like that are going all over the place, you know, from 8 inches, 12 inches, 5 inches, 3 inches, trace. So once again, who knows what this weekend will hold in store for it. But today, in any event, and this Thursday of the second week of the year, we continue the book of Samuel. Here now, David has returned from killing Goliath, the Philistine, and has conquered the Philistines. And people come out and they begin to praise David for killing tens of thousands, and Saul only kills thousands. Well, that makes Saul, who currently, again, is still king, a little bit jealous and angry, and he wants to go and kill David. And this is the great coming into, what do you call it? The great intervention, that's it. The great intervention of Jonathan, Saul's son, who also happens to be a very good friend of David. And Saul is the one who intervenes and tells, Jonathan's the one who intervenes and tells Saul not to kill David, because that will not be a good thing, but that to recognize David's gifts and to be able to put them to use. And so, because David knows that Saul does not like him at the moment, because of how popular he is and how unpopular Saul is, David comes back to Saul after hearing that Jonathan has kind of waylaid Saul's anger a bit, and David basically says to Saul that he will continue to serve him. This goes well for a while, and then it's not going to go well for a while again, because unfortunately Saul becomes a very jealous king. And again, when politics become bent on jealousy or founded in jealousy, nothing good can ever happen with leadership, with ideas, with wisdom, with direction. And again, David will come to succeed Saul eventually. The gospel itself is just basically a narration of where Jesus happens to be. And it's, again, he's preaching, he's in a boat, he's preaching to people on the Sea of Galilee, he's preaching on the shore, he's just preaching. The important thing about it is the last few verses in which Jesus again casts out demons. Again, demons are all over the place in Mark's gospel. Everywhere you turn, you pick up a rock and look underneath it, and there's a big demon there. But the thing about it is that the demons, again, know who Jesus is, and they want to proclaim that he is the Son of God, and Jesus silences them. Again, why is Jesus constantly silencing a proclamation that might seem beneficial to his hearers to know, again, about who he truly is? Well, first off, he does not want it to come from the mouth of evil. He doesn't want it to come from the mouth of those things that seek to undo us and seek to harm us as human beings, because there can sometimes be no truth in what comes from the mouth of evil. And so this is where it becomes a little bit complex. If evil can utter no truth, how can it utter the fact that Jesus is the Son of God? See that? Kind of a little complicated, ain't it? So the question is, though, even greater, is that it is not through spectacular actions that people come to faith in who Jesus is. Jesus is not the God of the supernatural. Jesus is not God of the special effect. Jesus is not God of just the awe and wonder. Jesus is the God of compassion. Jesus is the God of love. Jesus is the God who recognizes what lies within us as human beings, as images and likenesses of God, and what we are capable of, and wanting to bring that to the surface, wanting to embrace that, wanting to see ourselves as created for wonder and for glory and for amazement, and not just Jesus and special effects, not just Jesus and miracles, not just Jesus and healings and casting out demons or what have you. Those are all things that are on the side. Those are all things that in the end do not matter as much as learning how to love, to forgive, to give, to be merciful, and to be less judgmental. That is why the Messiah comes. That is why the Messiah opens up hearts and minds. That is why the Messiah changes the course of human history. And may the Lord give you his peace.